Good morning and namaste to all my dear students. Today I welcome to all of you on Gangotri EPS online classes. So you have seen the various videos related to different subjects like Nepali, science, math, and today I am here to teach you the account subject, and this is the first classes of the account subject. And now to teach the account subject, today I am going to start from the beginning, and that beginning is Introduction to Accounting. Introduction to Accounting. And now we are going to study the accounting. What is accounting, or what do you mean by accounting? So many students for class 9, 10, 11, 12, they may be confused on the definition of the accounting. So today we start from that beginning. So today, meaning, what is accounting? Accounting is the systematic process. So accounting is not the random process, it is the systematic process of identifying, measuring, recording, classifying, summarizing, interpreting and communicating the financial information to the various users. So there are various steps in accounting. Identifying, the first step is identifying. So accounting helps to identify the financial transaction, which one is the financial transaction and which is not the financial transaction. Suppose if we purchase the goods for the business purpose, that is the financial transaction for the business. But if we paid the personal expenses of the owner, like paid electricity bill of owner, that is not the financial transaction for the business. Now next is measuring. So measuring means here all the financial transactions are measured in the monetary value. Means every financial transactions has its own monetary value. Suppose if we purchase the goods, then the amount that we purchase, that is called measuring. And then now next step is recording. After measuring the financial transaction, then we keep the recording in the separate book, that is called journal. So accounting helps to record the financial transaction in the journal. For that we prepare the journal. And what is journal? What does it mean? So later in other videos we'll discuss on that topic also. And after that, classify means it prepare the records of all the transaction in journal. After that we keep the classify means we classify all the financial transactions in various group, like the expenses, income, that purchase, sales, assets, liabilities. In this way we classify the financial transaction into various groups. For that we prepare the ledger. Now the next is summarizing. Summarizing means after classifying the financial transaction, it gives the report, short report, that is called summarizing. And for summarizing we prepare the trial balance, trading account, profit and loss account, and the balance sheet. So it helps to know the various position of the organizations. Now interpreting, after preparing the profit and loss, balance sheet, we know the actual profit or loss of the organizations. So it also helps the interpreting. Interpreting means interpreting or analyzing means we came to know the profit or loss of the organizations. And now communicating. So after knowing the profit or loss of the organizations, we communicate that to the communicate the financial information to the various users. So here various user means there are two types of users in the business organization. One is internal users and another is external users. So internal users are the management, shareholders, partners of that organizations, and the external users are the general public. So it also provides some information to the general public, for the government also. So they are the external users. So in this way, accounting is accounting is the various combination of the various steps. Or there is also another definition of accounting. Accounting is the common language of business which is used to communicate the financial information from one person to another in the world of trade and the industry. Means accounting is also known as the language of business. It is also means of communication for the business. So we know that we have to express our various views, various ideas. We need the language. Like we speak the English language, Nepali language, or Hindi language, or other language. So accounting means business also requires the language to express its various informations. So accounting helps to express that various informations. Now the next. So today we are going to discuss the another topic, that is basic accounting terms. And here basic accounting terms, there are the various accounting terms. And first is business. So business is an economic activity which is related to the production and the distribution of goods and service with the view of earning profit. Means any activities, economic activity which is performed for the view of earning profit is known as business. So business means anything like manufacturing industries, trading concerns, college, school they have established. So sometimes I also teach the students, institutions. So all these activities which are performed for earning the profit is known as business. And now the next is financial transactions. Those transactions which can be measured into money or money worth are known as financial transactions. Suppose we purchase the goods, we sell the goods, sometimes we pay the electricity bill, isn't it? All these are the financial transactions. Now next is capital. The amount of goods which are invested, here is invested by the owner for starting the business is known as capital. Means when the owner invests the amount of goods or the cash for the business, for starting the business, is known as the capital. And it is the liability of the business. Means capital is the liability of the business. For business it is the liability. And it is also known as the owner's equity. Owner's equity, here is the spelling is mistake, but that is the equity. Owner's equity means capital. So what is the difference between the capital and the owner's equity? Means if the business is the sole trading concern and the partnership organization, we use the term capital. But if the organization is a company, and in a company there are various shareholders, means there are many shareholders. So at that time the shareholder invested that amount is known as owner equity. Means equity and the capital is similar, but the sole trading and the partnership organization we use capital, we use the term capital, but for the company we use the term equity. Now next is liability. The due amount which are payable to the outsider due to some reasons is known as liability. Means the amount which are payable to others. Suppose if we purchase the goods on credit, or if we have taken the loan from others, at that time the liability is created. So liability is that amount which are payable for others. Means sometimes we receive the advance income, sometimes expenses occurred but we do not pay. At that time the liability is created. So there are two types of liabilities. One is short-term liabilities and that is long-term liabilities. Now what is the meaning of short-term liabilities and the long-term liabilities? Means those liabilities which are payable within the year. Within the year they are called the short-term liabilities, and those liabilities which are payable more than 1 year, means which are payable more than 1 year, are known as long-term liabilities. For example, short-term liabilities, creditor, advance income, outstanding expenses, bills payable. These are the examples of the short-term liabilities. And for the long-term liabilities, debenture, bank loan. So these are the example of the long-term liabilities. Now the next term is assets. Assets means the financial resources which are earned or used in the business for the long period of time with the view of generating revenue is known as asset. Means those things or goods which are used in a business with the view of earning the income are known as live assets. Like for example, land, building, furniture, vehicle, machinery, all these are the assets. So assets means what we have. Suppose if I use the marker to teach the students and that marker belongs to me, means that is also my assets. That if we use the board for teaching the student, that board is also the assets. Furnitures, there are many assets. So the things that we have is known as assets. Simply. And assets, so there are two types of assets, fixed assets and the current assets. Now the question arises, what is fixed asset and what is current assets? Means those assets which are used more than 1 year are known as fixed asset. For example, land, building, machinery, vehicles, furniture, they are used not for the short period of time, they are used for the long period of time. They are called fixed assets. And the current asset means those assets which can be converted into the cash within the year. Means they are called the current asset, like debtor, accrued income, and the bank balance, cash balance. All these are the example of the current assets. And the fixed asset is also classified into two groups. Means it is also divided into two groups. One is a tangible asset, another is intangible asset. So tangible asset means those assets which can be seen and touched are called the tangible asset. Suppose if I have a mobile and I can see and touch that mobile, that is also the tangible asset. So if I touch and see the furniture, machinery, equipments, building, all these are the tangible assets. Means those assets which can be seen and touched are called the tangible assets. And another is intangible asset, means those assets which cannot be seen and touched are called the intangible assets. For example, goodwill. So goodwill is also the asset of the organization, but it cannot be seen and touched. Goodwill means simply reputations. Reputations, or you can say popularity. So that cannot be seen, but that can be assets for the organization, that is called intangible asset. And another is patent right, copyright, trademark. All these are the example of the intangible assets. And the next is revenue. The amount which is received against the sale of goods or rendering the service to the customer is known as revenue. Means the amount which is received by selling the goods to the customer or providing the various service to others, or you can say customer, is known as the revenue. For example, if we receive the commission, rent, discount, sales, all these are the revenue. So when whatever the things we received, that is revenue for us. And another is expenses. Now the next term is expense. The amount payable or paid to the outsider for generating income is known as expenses. Means those amount which are paid to the others for generating income, means for earning the income, is known as the expenses. Like organization paid the salary to its staffs, rent, commissions, wages, all these are the example of the expenses. Now the next term, very popular term of the accounting is debit and the credit. Now the question arises, what do you mean by debit and credit? So simply we can say in math we use the plus and the minus, isn't it? In a math we use the plus and minus. In such a way, in accounting we use the term debit and the credit. So debit and credit are just like the symbol that we use in plus and minus in math. Same like in accounting, it is just like the symbol that is debit and the credit. So here is the definitions. Debit and the credit are the terms used in accounting for recording the transaction. So whatever the transaction that take place in accounting, we keep the record in debit and the credit. Why? So there is also some rules for debiting and crediting for the transaction. Later we discuss on that topic also. So debit refers to the left hand side of an account and the credit refers to the right hand side of an account. It is just like the symbol in accounting. Now the next is debtors. So it is generally we can say debtors, but it is debtors. B is silent here. So most of the students, or many I have seen many times, they pronounce the debtors, but it's not the debtors, it is the debtors. Means B is silent here. So debtor is a person or party to whom goods are sold on credit. If we sold the goods to any person or party on credit, means that person or that party is a debtor for us. It is the asset for the business because it is a receivable from that person. So it is the asset for the business, and it is also known as customers. So generally we can also say debtor as a customer, but here customer may be the both. So when we sold the goods on cash also, that person is our customer or that party is our customer. But sometimes we purchase the goods, we sell the goods on credit, that is also our customers. But here customer means those person or party to whom goods are sold on credit. If we sold the goods on cash, means that is not our debtors. So for that we have to sell the persons the goods on credit. So another is creditors. Creditor is a person or party with whom goods are purchased on credit. So the party or the person with whom goods are purchased on credit, that person is the creditor for us. So it is the liability of the business because it is payable. Means debtor is the receivables, but the creditor is the payable. So it is the liability of the business, and it is also known as the supplier. Means here supplier is the person to whom goods are purchased on credit. Means if we purchase the goods from anyone on credit, that person is the creditor, or can say supplier. But here sometimes we purchase the goods on cash also. At that time that person cannot be our creditor, because for creditor, for supplier, or we can say for creditor, we have to purchase the goods on credit only. Now another is profit. It is the excess income over expense. So if our income is more than the expenses, then the result that we get, that is our profit. Profit is equal to revenue minus cost. So most of the students, they are confused in profit and the revenue. So most of the students, they say revenue and the profit are same, but here is different. Revenue means the sale of, when we get the amount of selling goods, that amount is called revenue. But profit is when we calculate revenue minus cost, then the amount we get, that is our profit. So revenue means the selling price of the goods, that is our revenue, and the cost means the goods that we purchase. So the amount for that we pay, that's called cost. So profit is equal to revenue minus cost, and the profit and the revenue are different, not the same. And there is goods. The items which are purchased for resale purpose are known as goods. Means here anything we purchase for the resale purpose, that is our goods. Means if we purchase the furniture, so I have told just that furniture is our assets. But here when we purchase anything for the resale purpose, suppose if I purchase the computer for the resale purpose, that is also the goods for us. So goods, furniture, assets and the goods, they are so in the view of the businessman, furniture, for the furniture dealer, it is the goods for them, and for the organization, if for the school or college, if the furniture is purchased for the, that is for the asset for the organizations, and if the furniture dealer purchase the furniture and sell it, that is the goods for them. So sometimes asset for me, that is asset, for the organization, that is asset, and for some organization that may be the goods. So here the items which are purchased for the resale purpose. So if we purchase anything that is for resale purpose, they are called the goods. And there is drawing. So drawing is the amount of goods which are returned by the owner from the business is known as drawing. Drawing may be on cash. Means if owner we draw the amount of cash or goods or the assets from the business, that is called drawing. And the drawing may be on cash, goods or check. Sometimes owner withdraw the check also from the business, and the check amount that owner received from the bank, so that is also the drawing. Now the next, so here today we have discussed the accounting, what is the meaning of accounting and what are the basic accounting terms. So here there are the many accounting terms, but there are the 5 major accounting terms that if we understand that 5 major accounting terms, then we can easily understand the account. So account is not the difficult subject. So most of the students, they have problems with account, but it is not the difficult subject. It is very easy subject. For that there are 5 basic terms like expenses, income, expenses, income, capital, liabilities and assets. If we know these 5 terms, then we can easily understand the account, and it is not the difficult subject, it is very easy subject. Okay, so there are many terms, but the major 5 terms are assets, liabilities, income, expenses and capital. So now the next, it is useful for the class 9 and 10 both. So now the next topic is our trial balance. So trial balance is useful for both the class 9 as well as the 10 also, and it is also helpful for the student of class 11. So trial balance. Trial balance is the statement of debit and the credit balance of the ledger account. So for preparing the trial balance, we have to first prepare the journal entries, and after that ledger, and after preparing the ledger, then we summarize the financial transactions in trial balance by the preparation of trial balance. So we prepare the trial balance for summarizing the financial transactions, and the trial balance is the debit and the credit balance of the ledger account, just I have told. So for preparing the trial balance, first we have to prepare the ledger account, means we have to prepare the ledger, and then only we can prepare the trial balance. And it is prepared, the main objectives of preparing the trial balance is to check the arithmetical accuracy. The transaction that is recorded in journal or the ledger, that transactions are arithmetically correct or not. For checking or for finding the correctness, we prepare the trial balance, and the both side of the trial balance should be equal. If not, there is an arithmetical error which are to be detected and rectified. Means if the both side of the trial balance is not equal, so it is assumed that that is arithmetical error which are to be detected, which are to be find out and rectified. Means rectify means here we have to correct it. And now if the both side of the trial balance assume agreement, means both the side of the trial balance is agree, then we assume that there is a arithmetically accuracy, means arithmetically correct. Now objectives of the trial balance, the main objective of the trial balance is to check the arithmetical accuracy. So I have just told to check the arithmetical accuracy, we have prepared before that ledger, journal and ledger. So when posting in journal ledger, there is any mistakes or not, arithmetical error or not. So for checking that arithmetical error, we prepare the trial balance, and that is to locate the accounting errors and the rectify. Means here trial balance also helps to locate or to find out the errors, and when we find out the errors, it also helps to make them correct. Means how can we know that there is an error or not? If the both sides of the trial balance is disagree, means is not equal, then there is a arithmetical error. So another is it also helpful for the preparation of the final account. So to prepare the final account, trial balance is helpful. So after next step is preparing the final account. So in a final account, we prepare the trading account, profit loss account and the balance sheet. So trial balance also helpful for preparation of final account. And that is to evaluate and take the decisions. Means And the major objective is to know the financial position, that is assets, capital, liabilities, income, expenses of the business. After knowing that all data from the business, it is also helpful for the management to take the effective and the correct decisions for the business organizations. Now next is rules for debit and credit for the trial balance. So there is some golden rules for preparing the trial balance, and the rules is debit all the expenses, losses, assets and the drawing. So these are the items that comes in the debit side of the trial balance. And for credit, income means all the income, profit, capital and liabilities. All that items goes in the credit side of the trial balance. So these are the rules for preparing of trial balance. Now here I have classified these terms for the easiness of the student. So it will be easier for the student to know which one is expenses, which one is income and profit, asset, liabilities, here salary, rent. Means if we pay the salary, that is the expenses. If we receive the salary, that is our income. If we pay the rent, that is our expenses, and if we receive the rent, that is our income. So discount, printing and stationery, wages, carriage, import duty, export duty, bad debt, depreciations, audit fee, insurance, commission, interest, all these are the expenses for the organizations. So that goes in the debit side of the trial balance. So these all are expenses. Now here we come to know the income and the profit. Means commission is when we receive the commission, that is our income. When you pay the commission, that is our expenses. Interest on investment, so means interest on investment means interest received. So interest received is also our income. And when you pay the interest on bank loan or the loan, then that is our expenses. So that goes in the expenses side. And that is discount received. So when we allow the discount, that is our expenses, and when we receive the discount, that is our income. Apprenticeship means apprenticeship is also one of the type of income that we get from others. When we provide some training, then we get the amount that is called apprentice premium. And there is rent from tenants, means when we receive the rent, that is also income for us. And for us means here for the organization. And the term is assets. So furniture, machinery, building, land, premises, vehicles, debtor, cash, bank balance, bills receivable, goodwill, trademark, patent, all these are the items that goes in the asset side. Means these are the example of the assets. Means the things that we have, that is our assets. And there is liabilities, means the amount which are payable to others are the liability, like creditor, bank overdraft, bank loan or loan, bills payable, outstanding expenses, advance income, account payable. So these are given some example of the liability. There are many liabilities, there are many assets, but here are some examples. So that's helpful for the student to know which one is assets, which one is income, which one is expenses, which one is liabilities, and then is capital. So capital, that is a general reserve, reserve and surplus. Reserve and surplus is also the capital. General reserve, reserve fund. So all these are the capital for the business. Okay. So here is example for you how to prepare the trial balance. Because I have written on the board some items of capital, liabilities, expenses, income, that profit, assets, isn't it? So I have given some items here, and for example, so there is a questions: prepare a trial balance of RK company for the year ended 31st December 2019. So that is the items, or that is the assets or liabilities, expenses of the RK company. So we are going to prepare the trial balance of that RK company. So for that we have to first write the heading. So if we ignore the heading, or if you forget to write the heading, then your 1 mark is deducted. So this trial balance is generally asked for the 5 marks, and if we do not write the heading, then your 1 mark is deducted. So be careful First, at the first step, you have to write the heading. So, trial balance of, here is given the name of the company. So, we are going to write here RK Company. So, first of all, we write the name of the company. Trial balance of RK Company. So, here is given the date. Means 31st December 2019. So, we are going to write here 31st December 2019, and I have just copied these items in a format. So for the format, we write for SN number. SN means serial number. So for serial number 1, 2, 3, 4, in this way we write here. So in particulars, we write the name of the items that is given in our trial balance. So capital, furniture, machinery, bank loan. This item I have written here. LF. So next another is LF. LF means laser folio. Means that is not useful for us while preparing the trial balance, but sometimes organization keep the record from which page number that items is recorded in trial balance. From which page number that laser from which page number that amount is recorded is recorded here in trial balance. So that is the laser folio. So here the laser folio, but we do not write anything here, and there is debit amount and there is credit amount. Just we have written before the rules of debit and credit in trial balance. How can we make the debit and credit? So capital, according to our rules, capital goes in the credit side, because we have written in the rules capital, liabilities, income, all these are in the which side? Credit side. So the amount is given here, capital R is 1 lakh, so we write here 1 lakh. And that is furniture. Furniture is our assets. So according to the rules, assets, expenses, losses, drawing, that goes in the debit side of the trial balance. So furniture is given here, how much amount? 50,000, so we write here 50,000. And that is machinery. Machinery is also our assets. So amount is given 80,000, so we write here 80,000. And another is bank loan. Bank loan is the liability for us. So liability goes in the credit side. According to our rules, liabilities goes in the credit side. So we write here bank loan in credit side. Accrued income. So accrued income is what? Most of the students, they have confused in accrued income. Income on but not received yet. That is called accrued income. Suppose if I worked in the school or in college, but till now if I do not get the salary from that school, but I am already on, that is the accrued income. So accrued income is the receivables, and receivable is the asset for us. So we write in asset sides. Means how much the amount is given here, accrued income 10,000, so we are going to write here 10,000. And the creditor. Creditor is the liability for us, I have just told. And so the amount is 40,000, so we write here 40,000. Investment. Investment is our assets. Means most of the students, they have confused in investment and the capital. So the amount which is used or which is contributed or which is invested inside the business, that amount is our capital. But if we invested the amount outside the business for the purchase and the purchase of shares of the debenture of other companies, so that amount is called investment. If we provide the loan to others with the view of earning the interest, so that is also our investment. So investment is our assets. So assets goes in the debit side. So we are going to write here. We are going to write here in asset side. The amount is 1 lakh. The amount is 1 lakh. So another is sundry debtors. So sundry debtors. So sundry debtors is our assets. So debtor is our receivable. Sundry means various. If we have to receive the amount from the various person, they are called the sundry debtors. So sundry debtor is also our receivable. It is also our assets. So we are going to write here a sundry debtors 20,000, and the investment is 1 lakh. And there is outstanding expenses. Outstanding expenses is our liabilities. How it is our liabilities? Means if the expenses took place but till it is not paid, that is called outstanding expenses. So it means it is our liabilities, and liabilities goes in the credit side. So the amount is here 30,000. So we write here 30,000. And that is advance income. Advance income means income earned but not received yet is our advance income. Means before providing good or service, if we receive the amount, that is called advance income. So that is our liabilities, and liabilities goes in the credit side. So it is that is amount 40,000. This way we write the amount in debit and both credit side. So after writing, then we do the totaling. So now the totaling is, so we write a total. So when you total 50,000, 80,000, 130 to 30, and the amount is total 2,60,000, and here is also 2,60,000. In this way we can prepare the trial balance. So at the end, what I have to say that if we know the basic 5 terms, then accounting is very easier for everyone, for the student of 9, 10, 11, 12, bachelor or the master level also. That 5 major elements, or you can say 5 basic terms, are expenses, income, assets, liabilities and the capital. So भनिन्छ नि के अरे यो विश्व, यो संसार चल्नको लागि चाहिँ 5 वटा पञ्चतत्वको आवश्यकता पर्छ, जस्तै धरती, आकाश, वायु, अग्नि, जल। त्यस्तै अकाउन्टको लागि पनि यो 5 वटा चाहिँ बेसिक एलिमेन्ट्स हो। अरु पनि धेरै अकाउन्टिङ टर्म्सहरु छन्, तर these are the 5 basic accounting terms. That's what I am to say, that today we have discussed the accounting. What does accounting means? What are the basic terms that are used in accounting? And what is trial balance and how the trial balance is prepared? So these things today we have studied, and I request, or I want to say to my students, that if you have any problems related to accounting for the class 9, 10, 11, 12, then you can message me or you can reply me. I will make the video of that chapter. Which chapter is very difficult for the student of class 9, 10, 11, 12. I will make the video on that topic or that chapters. So thank you very much. And at the end, what I am to say, that these are 3 terms: accounts, accounting and accountancy. So most of the students are confused. What are the meaning of these 3 terms? Accounts, accountancy and the accounting. So accounts means when you buy the goods and when you prepare the goods, when you prepare the bill of that goods, like we prepare serial number, items, rate, discount, total, quantity, isn't it, in a bill? So that is called accounts. And accounting means the process of maintaining the accounts is known as accounting. And here we have just studied about the accounting. The study of accounting is known as the accountancy. So at the last, I want to say only that much. And if you have any problems, then we'll also discuss on another video. This is the first video. I hope you all like that video and you will get the many knowledge, or you can learn many things from today's video. And if you have problems, then tomorrow or next day, in the next video, I will again meet with you. Thank you very much.